Hello everybody and welcome. This is a video on the process of improving the quality of paintwork on a 2005 BMW 3 Series. Call it a correction, call it an enhancement, call it whatever you want. It's still not perfect, it still has imperfections and scratches and stuff like that, but vast improvement on what it was. And the car is a BMW 3 Series 2005. So this was my first ever kind of correction, whatever you want to call it. I had polished before, but this was the first time I did a car start to finish. It took me more than, it wasn't in only one sitting. It was whenever I got a chance. I didn't have access to the car at all times, so kind of working when I could. And so yeah, it's just going to be like a bare bones, here's what I did, not really going through a process, it's just showing you the process. Learn from it if you want, don't learn from it if you don't want. I'm not saying in any way that I'm an expert in this field. I'm not saying that you should do this to your car and expect great results, or I'm not liable for if you go and burn through your paint. So take all my advice with a pinch of salt. I am a 19-year-old who doesn't know what he's doing. Now, you can see here, you can see at the very start I clayed the car. Claying is obviously the most important thing before you do this, because you can't, if you think about polishing a car, you're putting the polishing pad on the surface of the paint, and then if it's going to orbit or rotate, whatever the machine does, whatever dirt is in between the paint and the pad is going to be lifted and embedded in the pad and kind of scratched around and everything. So you just imagine that all that is in there, and the clay is the only thing that can take all that gunk out. So use the clay at the start. I'm really far behind already, damn it. Okay, so I compounded, the machine I used here is a DAS 6 Pro Plus. You can see actually, before I lose this is the roof, that's after, that's before the masking tape was, and that's after. You can see it's an improvement, it's working great. This is a mini polisher that I used. It's a 3-inch rotary, great for getting into nooks and crannies and edges and weird angles and curves. The main machine I used was a DAS 6 Pro Plus, very cheap machine, great kind of alternative to a Rupes. If obviously I couldn't justify it, so this was next best thing really. The Chemical Guys pads were used and the Menzerna pads were used. I used Chemical Guys orange, white and black kind of for the hard, medium, soft, and Menzerna yellow and black for firm and soft. Menzerna compound and polish was used, the 400 for the heavy cut compound, and then the 3500 for the polishing. So you can see the roof was done there and it was great results. Now I'm onto the bonnet. The bonnet has been improved the most. I'm most happy with the bonnet. You can see beforehand all those swirls, all those scratches. It's just nasty, and all those swirls, kind of see around the light bulb there, the holograms, it's not clear. You're just getting so much dispersion in the light. It's not reflecting well. That's what makes the car look not shiny. The whole process is here making it look shiny and glossy and getting a good depth to the paint. That's the whole point here. The colour is BMW Black Sapphire, which is a metallic. It's a great colour. It's not very forgiving though. It doesn't really hide anything very well, so the paint has to be good for it to look good. And the bonnet here, again, I'm using the DAS 6 with the orange Chemical Guys pad and the Menzerna 400 to cut. And the mini polisher, again, you can see came in great around like the badge on the bonnet and little small areas. And then back with the DAS for the polishing stage. This is the Chemical Guys black pad with the 3500 polish. You see, this is about 6 months ago I did this, so it's hard to remember everything. Obviously it's important to say that the microfiber that you're buffing the polish off with has to be brand new. You can't have used it anywhere else. It has to be spotlessly clean, because the paint is perfect now. You're just after cutting it and polishing it, so you don't want to induce any more scratches at this stage. Now the bonnet is done. You can see there is what it looked like before. Ooh, nasty scratches, stone chips as well. Just leave them out of this for a minute. and then we come over. That's what it is now. So you can see you can see the light doesn't have any, whatever you want to call it, like extra circles around it, extra holograms, swirls, because it's clear now. There's so much more clarity to it, and that's the whole that's the whole process. That's the whole point of doing this. And this is when the whole bonnet was done. You can see it just looks black. It looked grey beforehand. Now it looks black. It is black. It was always meant to be black, but it got grey because it got scratched. Now we're moving on to the front left wing. This was one of the worst. You can see even without the torch. I have a Scan Grip match pen is the torch I'm using, but see even those, look at those vertical marks there. I mean, the wing was incredibly, there was also some sanding marks there from when I sanded the bonnet. Then with the match pen you can see, look at those swirls and holograms. I mean, oh, it's just, oh yeah, this is from when that's just a cut. That's just Menzerna 400. That's just one pass. The paint wasn't too hard. I was expecting it to be hard, but a lot of it had been repainted, so I was almost happy because I didn't have to do much work. This is obviously front left door onto the front left wing. Imperfect. Front left wing actually turned out really nice as well. Look at this. Oh, yeah. And it's still quite good. I'll do a walk around at the end of this video of the current state of the car. So that was a vast improvement. Mirrors also, obviously mirrors are like a vertical piece to the front of the car. It's like the front bumper. It's gonna take a lot of damage, take a lot of impacts from stones, rocks, you have it. So you can see here, it was improved greatly. You can see also the metallic flake came up much stronger and much clearer and much nicer after the process was done. You can see it kind of pops there, all the gold flakes. That was really nice. And the underside, didn't go mad on the underside because it'll never be seen. This is like a handprint or a mark from a ball on the back left. I don't know, it's like someone had oil or grease on their hands. These are scuffs on the rear left, the boot side that you can see there. I assume that was from taking the fuel hose over the car to get to the other side after parking on the wrong side. Also there, that was a great improvement. You can see loads of swirls, and then to when it's done. All of these before and afters were really just like one cut with the Menzerna 400 and the Campbell Guy's orange pad. I'll try and leave a list of all the things I used down in the description, and obviously feel free to ask me anything in the comments if you ask me about equipment or anything really. This is the wheel arch, again from swirls to pretty clear. Not really going for perfection. I mean, it's a daily car. It's not worth very much. It's a 13-year-old car now, so just trying to improve it and make it look presentable again, and I think I did that. You can see here reflection pretty good in the rear left, and the metallic flake really kind of sparkling there. Oh, it was a really fun process though, and I really enjoyed it, and it definitely taught me a lot because I was doing it also to kind of learn about the process, and I hope to do a few more of these even on my own cars in the future, or good skill to have, I think. So see on the driver's side here, a lot of sanding was done to get rid of touch-up paint and a lot of scratches and orange peel and sanding marks from before, and overspray and everything was on the driver's side. See the textures and great there. There's orange peel. There's obviously key marks on the driver's door from getting in without with your keys in your hand. So we're about to go to a walk around, so I'll leave you there, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please, if you have any questions, let me know, ask me. Give this video a good old like if you learned something, if you thought it was enjoyable watching the transformation. I don't have any after footage here of the driver's side, so I think we're going to go straight into the walk around. So I'll hand you over to myself. And this is the end result. So today is the 6th of January 2018, so it's almost about 6 months after the whole paint correction process, if you want, was done. Today was the was the big winter wash with the top up of sealant as well. Yes, this is pretty much as good as it will ever look, I suppose, in its life. So the paint correction went very well. I am very happy with how it turned out. It's a long way off being flawless, but then it is a 12 to 13-year-old car at this rate, and it's a it's an everyday car. It's not anything special, so it doesn't really need to be flawless. It just needs to be presentable, which it definitely is. It's a long way off flawless, but it's 100 times better than anything else on the road in terms of quality of the paint, swirls. There are dents, there are door dings, there are stone chips. There are all the usual things that you'd expect to find in a car of this age, because it's I don't think it's ever been kept in a garage. It's been outside its whole life. There hasn't been a tremendous effort to keep it looking amazing, but I like to think that I'm after bringing a lot of life back into it. So this is the passenger side. I'll see, I'm trying to work with the sun here to give you an idea. So there you have the Black Sapphire metallic. It's really just an improvement on what it was, and it is a great improvement on what it was. You can see there's a great reflection. The metallic flake was really brought back into it, which was lost for quite a long time. The back bumper is one of the worst, I think, in terms of swirls and scratches. That's one I tackled first. The maintenance on this has been, just normal washes with 2 buckets, 2 wash mitts, grit guard, not much pressure, just letting chemicals do their bit and not trying to force the dirt off too much. You can see there is a pretty good reflection, and there's a lot of depth that's after being brought back into the paint since this was done. See there, the back bumper again. Reflection's good, depth is good, shine is good. The lid is there. Couple swirls, not too many. See if I can get the roof. Roof was one of the first I did with the DAS. You can't see it's only January, so the sun is really low. Not great for this, but you get the idea. I really hope this is coming up as well as I can see it in person. It is hard to capture on camera. If it will even focus, that would be a start. There we go. The bonnet, I think, is the best out of all the panels. See if we can. Hello. A few stone chips. You see, that's could be a mirror, but it's not. Oh, did you see that? It's a very odd dent in the bonnet that I don't know what caused it. You can't even see it. See that there? Yeah, you can see that there. The bonnet's very good. There are stone chips. There are lots of stone chips actually, and there's that dent, but there's very, very few rids, random isolated deep scratches. There are very, very, very few swirls. You'd be doing very well to find them. Trying to focus really on the sun, but proving difficult. This was just sealed with Autoglim's extra gloss protection. May as well tell you the kind of the maintenance regime. So it's Autoglim. I used the body shampoo conditioner for the wash, soon to be replaced by the HD wax high definition wash shampoo, something like that. The bodywork shampoo is great. It's quite low foaming. You don't think you're getting a lot done with it, but it does produce good results, and it also adds a bit of protection at the same time, which is always welcome. The sealant is extra gloss protection by Autoglym as well, which I really think is amazing. It's very, very long lasting, very strong, very durable, produces a good bead, good shine, good gloss, and I've used that for years now, and it lasts for ages. It's only a small bottle. It's relatively cheap. It is actually very cheap in comparison to others, and I really think it's great. You can see down here on the near side, the passenger side, front bumper corner, it's obviously had some encounters with some objects in the past. I think it was smart repaired. It wasn't the best job. I think it was hit again there, and that's opening up again. The crack is opening up. It's a big, almost a hole being punched through, and then a few scratches on this side, the bumper. I greatly reduced these were a lot worse than what they were. I have Black Sapphire touch-up as well, which I keep meaning to apply, but I just never seem to get the chance. There's a bit of, that's just flat black in there. That's not Black Sapphire, but that did the job for that. A really nasty one. That was just spare plastic all along there, so it definitely made it a bit better. Wheels are wheels. They're always tough ones to keep clean and keep shiny, but we do our best. The wings, I think, where the biggest transformation was, because they were honestly just atrocious. And you can see there now, I'm pretty happy there. Bit of orange peel, not much swirling at all going on there. And if you remember what it was at the start, that is something that was one of the best turnarounds before and after. Look at that. Woohoo! I like that a lot. What else? It's had its fair share of paint. Rear of the car, there's been a lot of paint work done. Don't think not as much at the front, but definitely at the back and a couple of doors. So bearing all that in mind, I'm very, very happy with the current condition, and hopefully it will stay like this for the foreseeable future in the current ownership, because you know, everyone says you can't maintain black paint. You can't. It's impossible to keep swirl free and keep scratch free, but if you put in enough effort and use the correct methods and the right equipment and procedures, you should not be seeing any negative results from that. So thank you very much for watching this whole process. It's been this is kind of my first ever turnaround correction, and I'd say it's in the 70% maybe, but definitely a huge turnaround on what it was before. It was really awful before, but hopefully now it will stay looking nice for the foreseeable future. So thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked what you saw in this video. Ask me any questions if you have any in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.